Hello and welcome to another quick update about Terra Luna. I just want to show you the larger scale Elliott wave count that started here in March 2020, which in my opinion shows that Luna for now is at the end of its wave cycle, which means that a larger correction is coming. That would be very well in line with what Bitcoin is doing. I know Terra Luna is quite unique and so on, but I don't think it is protected from natural market cycles, and therefore after an initial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up, especially on such a high degree like here, I mean this one started in March 2020, you can see the log scale here, and you can very clearly see where we are. We started very clearly down here at the low with a wave 1 to the upside, have a wave 2 low here in August 2020. Those were prices, I mean 20 cents or something, you know, it's absolutely amazing. Then we moved up in a long wave 3, a very bullish wave, all the way here to $24. That was early in 2021. Then we came down in a wave 4 correction, and we are now moving up here in a wave 5. And we've already went up quite a lot in that wave 5. All right, in my view it's now getting a bit critical. Potentially a little bit more gains are possible, but in my view it's coming to its end. You know, it's going towards the end of its wave cycle. That's just what I want to highlight. This is obviously the very large scale, but it just shows if you have a 5 wave cycle completed, there will be an ABC, and if this is at such a high degree, the ABC will be quite significant. Now that would fit very well in line with what Bitcoin is doing. Would I go into Terra Luna currently? Probably only with a stop loss set. The thing is that Terra Luna, let me just put that right, has moved up that much that it's getting a bit risky. Obviously we've had a correction now already. To be honest, it's quite a significant correction. And what makes me doubt a little bit that we move up from here too much is that we can potentially see, and that needs to be seen, that needs to be looked at, this here, the MACD on the weekly, and you can see this potential turnaround. If you can see that actually going further and turning around more, and then you get your bearish cross, then Terra is going to fall quite hard. Yeah, this is what we've seen time and time again. Also, Terra Luna was overbought on the weekly RSI. Yes, we are not overbought anymore, but in my view, the indicator is now too high to go in. Now, I personally wouldn't do. You can do, of course. I personally wouldn't do it. I think there are other cryptos which are where the indicators just talk a completely different language. I mean, going into a crypto now that has made massive gains already, even here during Bitcoin's weakness, personally, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because the indicators were just too overheated. We can see already that the correction started on the daily. The MACD is just in free fall, more scope to the downside on the RSI here as well. In the bearish range, yeah, it seems to be we found a bit of support here now, also at the 50-day moving average. And this could obviously be used as a potential entry for everybody who wants to speculate. There is the 50, we've already broken below the 20-day moving average, yeah, but that seems to be not that meaningful for Terra Luna. More meaningful seems to be here the 50-day moving average in orange. You can see that we've come up all the way here, and the 50-day has provided support here. Yeah, here we've been slightly below it, but here all the way throughout. And the 50-day moving average is currently at 69 cents. If you see the price drop below that level, I think this unlocks significantly lower prices. Personally, what I would do if I wanted to go in now, if I really wanted to go into Terra Luna, I mean, we've had a bit of a dip. This could have been an ABC here, yeah. Anybody who wants to go in now, I would personally set the stop loss here below the 50-day moving average. Yeah, a pullback to a trend line or a pullback to a moving average can be a potential trade entry. I mean, the uptrend isn't broken yet. You can see that the uptrend isn't broken yet. We still have pullbacks here to the trend line, another pullback to the trend line, and it seems to be holding for now, but it's obviously getting a bit risky. Of course, this could provide more gains. Yeah, Terra Luna is very strong, but yeah, there is a risk that if we drop below the 50-day moving average, that's it. Currently finding obviously support here as well at the previous high at $75 US. Yeah, so that's what makes me think, because we're at the end of the 5-wave cycle, there is only limited upside potential before we see a massive correction. Yes, surely Terra can go up a little bit higher, but I think the upside potential now is limited. It needs to correct first. I mean, bear in mind, other cryptos are now coming down to the 0.618, to the 0.887 fib level. The indicators are down. They have moved down already so much in a correction that, you know, honestly, do you believe that if prices go up, that Terra Luna can just go to the moon? Not before a correction happens. And this is always what people think. Sand, you know, everybody, when sand was $8, you know, we can't go back to $5 or $4. I told you back then, it will go down to $4, $5. I gave you price target $3, $4, $5 for sand when it was overbought, when we were at $8 or whatever. And Terra Luna is now at a point where we've already seen a bit of a correction here, obviously, yeah. It came up all the way to $100. Sell order was triggered perfectly at the top, yeah. Everybody who joins me on Discord and knows my sell orders knows that that sell order was amazing. It was exactly at the top here. We've now come down. I'm too careful. I'm probably too conservative to go in here now. I would reinvest those profits into other cryptos which are now very, very down on their indicators. I mean, here the MACD line is still quite high. We're far away from being oversold on the weekly, especially. We're just potentially turning around, and even if we're not turning around, the upside potential is limited. You know, the MACD line can't go up in, you know, forever, and we were overbought. We just come out the overbought range on the weekly RSI. So let's just assume Bitcoin would go make 100k now. Terra Luna, the upside potential would be limited. It needs to correct now. Be happy if it corrects. I don't know why people always get offended, because the thing is, in every market, people are happy when prices go down. People are happy to buy discounts, you know. Only for some reason in the financial markets and the crypto markets, people get pissed off if prices drop. But actually, you know, these are the discounts we all wait for. Why buy Terra Luna at $100 if Terra is overheated and is going to do a correction? You know, this has been like that for all assets for ever, you know. It's just happening. So yeah, I'd be very careful here with going in. If you want to go in, I would personally set a stop loss, because I think this correction after a wave 5 can be big. Yes, short term there might be further potential, especially as we're pulling back here to this trend line, and we've come here on the 8 hour, for example, we were just oversold, and there could be a speculation of maybe up to $100 again. But bear in mind, what you're seeing here is we've made a lower high. So this is always a warning sign. I think if we go up now, and if we just do a double top, for example, that's a big warning sign. But yeah, the uptrend isn't broken yet. So to be fair, there could be another run up. Absolutely, there could be, but I'd be extremely careful with that. That's my message here about Terra Luna. Hope you liked it. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.